news, former Vice President Dick Cheney has died. We'll bring you more details.
Plus, the shutdown countdown is about to break the record for the longest one in history as key agencies brace for impact.
And the U.S. is helping Jamaica in its recovery efforts from Hurricane Melissa.
These stories and more ahead on UMTV News.
It starts right now. Good afternoon and welcome to another edition of UMTV News. I'm Melanie Lowe.
And I'm Hannah Mackey. Thank you for joining us. Former Vice President and Secretary of Defense Dick Cheney has died at 84 years old.
According to authorities and family members, Cheney passed away from cardiac and vascular complications after a long history of heart problems. Cheney served under President George W. Bush from 2001 to 2009. During that time, he encountered a lot of health problems, suffering 5 heart attacks throughout his life. Many cardiologists say Cheney was one of their most at-risk patients since he took office. Government officials are remembering the former vice president today.
Admired what he had done in Republican politics to that point. And I meant what I said when I came up here and began this morning, that even when we have political differences with somebody later in life, you have to honor the sacrifices and the service they gave to their country. We certainly do that for the former vice president, and our prayers go out to the whole family.
President George W. Bush also put out a statement saying Dick Cheney was a great and good man who taught his children and grandchildren to love our country. We are grateful beyond measure for all Dick Cheney did for our country.
The Senate returned to Capitol Hill Monday, but Republicans and Democrats appear no closer to resolving their shutdown stalemate. Despite that, a new development for approximately 42 million low-income Americans who rely on food stamps through the federally funded Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program known as SNAP. Facing a Monday deadline from a federal judge in Rhode Island, the Trump administration said it will fund half of November SNAP benefits, but food stamp recipients will not see payments immediately.
I have to decide whether to put gas in my car or buy something to eat.
It's scary. I'm a mom. All of our food goes to our kid first and then we eat.
I just kind of have to think about making sure to make it stretch as long as we can.
The U.S. Department of Agriculture had said it would not use its $5.3 billion contingency fund to cover food stamp benefits. But 2 federal judges ordered the USDA to use emergency funds to partially cover November benefits for recipients. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent said Sunday full benefits can be restored if Democrats drop demands for an extension of federal health care subsidies and vote to pass the GOP funding bill to end the government shutdown.
Democrats are in the middle of a civil war, and they should just open the government.
As the U.S. government shutdown approaches record length, some Democrats argue President Trump and Republicans are intentionally withholding food benefits for political reasons.
All Republicans care about is the opinion of one man, the puppet master of the Republican Party, Donald J. Trump. They don't care about anything else. How else can you explain the fact that they are weaponizing hunger?
In court papers filed Monday, the administration said it decided against pulling money from other sources that would provide full SNAP benefits for November. The U.S. Department of Agriculture said it will tap $4.65 billion from its contingency fund. Those funds will be obligated to cover 50% of current allotments for eligible households.
November 4th marks a major election day for some states across the country. Today, voters are lined up to the polls to make key decisions in some heated mayoral and gubernatorial races. The mayoral race between former New York Governor Andrew Cuomo and Zohran Mamdani has promised to keep New Yorkers on their toes. Cuomo was also recently endorsed in that race by President Donald Trump. Top races in this year's election include the governor races in New Jersey and Virginia, as well as a ballot measure in California that Democrats are counting on for next year's elections to determine control of Congress. Looking closer to home, voters in Miami-Dade County have a packed slate to choose from, with the polls closing at 7 p.m. tonight.
Jamaica is reeling after Hurricane Melissa slammed into the western part of the island as a Category 5 storm last week. The hurricane was the most powerful storm on record to hit the island and left a trail of destruction as it tore across the country, completely leveling some communities. Jamaica's ambassador to the U.S. confirmed that at least 32 people were killed, but that number is expected to rise. U.S. search and rescue teams are in Jamaica to provide humanitarian aid.
Many businesses and venues in Miami celebrated Halloween over the weekend, among them one special record store. Andres Jaime Mendez went to check it out and joins us live to tell us more. Andres?
In a chaotic city like Miami, music is a big part of the culture, with a strong house presence as well as other Latin music genres. One place, however, is bringing it all together, especially on a holiday like Halloween. Sweat Records, the self-proclaimed best record store in Miami, is nestled in the Little Haiti neighborhood and has been around for decades. The idea came from owner Lolo Reskin, who had always had music as a part of her family and took inspiration from other places.
I always wanted Miami to have the kind of classic style of indie record store like I would visit in other cities like New York and Portland and places like that.
With one of the largest selections of world music on vinyl anywhere, for a fun holiday like Halloween, Sweat was chosen to host a listening party and other events in the shop to entertain customers and the community. When you think of your Halloween music, you might think of your rock and roll, spooky tunes, maybe even some Halloween howls, or even the classic Ghostbusters. But tonight, it was all about Florence and the Machine, and a concert from a local artist that followed afterward. For Alexa and the Old Fashions, Halloween presented the perfect opportunity.
We had these songs that were so Halloween coded that I was like, you know what, why not do a debut that's like spooky?
The band says they are your local artist's favorite local artist, and that they understand why Sweat Records is so important to music in the 305.
The Miami music scene is complicated and it's all over the place, and there's these little pockets of different types of music, and I've never really had a place to fit, so I'm grateful that Sweat's kind of given me like a home to like perform for everybody.
Sweat is a staple, providing the platform so many need to enjoy and thrive, even having given some who are the start in their career.
We've had thousands of events, and people like Denzel Curry played one of his first shows here because he was too young to get into club venues at that time.
And on Halloween, Florence and the Machine's fans were passionate on all levels.
She has an immense magnitude. The voice alone, she can carry through galaxies. It's wonderful. She's amazing.
Sweat Records will keep spinning and setting the stage for music lovers and performers in Miami. And to stay up to date with Sweat's events, including a pop-up coming up right here on campus, you can visit sweatrecordsmiami.com and at Sweat Records on socials. Live in Coral Gables, Andres Jaime Mendez, UMTV.
Thanks, Andres. We're going to take a quick break, but don't go anywhere because coming up, a fight between two South Florida teenagers ends in chaos and tragedy. We will have the details. And we will tell you what University of Miami students can expect during homecoming week on campus. Stay with us. What the heck? One teen at Oak Ridge High School in Orange County, Florida is facing a manslaughter charge after he allegedly killed a classmate during a fight. 15-year-old Jacory Redding is charged with killing a 16-year-old at Oak Ridge High School classmate. The victim had reportedly bumped into Redding in the hallway of the school, which caused an altercation, followed by a plan to fight outside of school grounds. And that's when Redding allegedly shot the other student. Officials say Redding was already on trial for grand theft auto, and they're looking into whether he got the gun from someone he knew or off the street.
The board of Miami-Dade College has filed a notice of appeal after a judge's ruling temporarily blocked the progression of President Donald J. Trump's presidential library. Last month, college officials were found guilty of violating Florida's open government law by gifting the land to the state. Both parties will appear before Miami-Dade Circuit Judge Mabel Ruiz again on November 24th.
The energy at Miami Heat basketball games would not be the same without the Miami Heat dancers. But off the court, these women are proving that there's more to them than their moves. Penelope Gilbert joins us live to tell us more about how the team is empowering its members to succeed beyond the arena. Penelope?
The Miami Heat dancers aren't just performers, they're students, professionals, and community leaders. And many of them say that this program has helped them grow in every area of life.
On the surface, the Miami Heat dancers are known for their high-energy performances on game nights. But behind the scenes, the program is focused on building strong, successful women off the court, too.
We are more than just a dance team. We really, as an organization, want to invest in them because they are the next generation, and we really try to develop them not only on the court, but professionally.
Former Heat dancer and now assistant coach Chelsea Versace learned that lesson firsthand. She joined the Heat dancers while in law school, balancing classes, bar exam prep, and game nights.
So I would come here and sit right out there on the floor for probably like 3 hours before boot camp would start and just be having my books out, studying, do boot camp, turn around, go back home, study, and do it all again. And a week later, I took my bar exam and I passed.
And her coach, Natalia Gonzalez, has always recognized Chelsea's drive to be more than just a dancer.
As women, we're pegged to only do one thing, and she didn't want to be pegged to only be a lawyer, and she didn't want to give up dance. So we are multifaceted women, and we can do it all.
Now a practicing attorney and assistant coach, she hopes her journey shows others they can pursue every passion they have.
I want to show the younger generation that you can be multifaceted, you can have different personalities, you can do it all.
The Heat dancers say the skills that they've gained through this program not only help them on the court, but also prepare them for future careers and opportunities. And that's all a part of the organization's mission to help empower these women both in and out of uniform. Live from Coral Gables, Penelope Gilbert, UMTV.
Thank you, Penelope. It's the most wonderful time of the year for the U. It's the Centennial Homecoming celebration, and everyone on campus is getting in the school spirit. Lakeside Patio was packed with students, faculty, and alumni for the opening pep rally to kick off the university's centennial celebration. Officials say this homecoming is the biggest in university history, with the most recorded number of alumni returning. In collaboration with Homecoming Executive Committee, several student organizations like United Black Students and Student Government were featured in the kickoff event. The pep rally included live performances from the Frost Band of the Hour, the Hurricanettes, the Sensations, and You Cheer. With giveaways, food, airbrush tattoo stations, and live music, students and faculty say they're excited to bring in the university's 100th birthday in proper U fashion.
We've lasted 100 years. We're going to last many more years to come, and I just think it's really fun. And I think the theme "Stand Forever" really encapsulates everything that we do here at the U.
Yeah, I just want to see what it's all about. I want to see what you embrace it to as far as when and with this being like the centennial year, I'm very excited because I know there's going to be a lot of people out here.
Homecoming 2025 has a week full of events ahead. Tonight, the Homecoming concert featuring rapper A Boogie with the Hoodie begins at 7 p.m. Students can also head to Lakeside Patio on Wednesday at 6 p.m. for the organized cheer competition. And all of these events lead up to the big game this Saturday as the Canes take on Syracuse at 3:30 at Hard Rock Stadium.
And finally, People Magazine has announced the 2025 Sexiest Man Alive. Drumroll, please. It's actor Jonathan Bailey, the star of Wicked and Bridgerton. He is also the first publicly out gay person to receive the award. There is no money prize, but as Bailey told Jimmy Fallon, it's the honor of a lifetime. This is the 40th edition of People's Sexiest Man Alive. The first honor was given to Mel Gibson back in 1985.
What do you think about that nomination, Hannah?
I agree 1,000%. I think he earned it.
I have to be honest, I didn't know who this was before he was Sexiest Man Alive, but now I definitely know who to pay attention to.
Melanie, we have to get you to sit down to watch the 5-hour double feature of Wicked Part 1 and Part 2, and you'll get it. You'll understand.
Maybe I will, but I mean, I don't think Wicked needed any more promotion or anything, but this definitely helped them.
It is definitely helping, and I am so excited. The countdown is on.
If I ever needed a reason to see it, I can go see the Sexiest Man Alive now.
Yes, exactly.
Well, that's all the time we have today for UMTV News. Thank you for joining us.
We'll see you back next week, same time, same place. Have a great day.